David. I'm sorry. I messed things up.
You didn't. Theo did.
Bye, Doc. Thanks for your help.
Come on. You're a quiet one for a female. You're not going to faint again, are you?
No. And I apologize for disrupting your operation.
No doubt it was a shock to your delicate sensibilities. I thought seeing me again might have brought it back.
Actually, I was wondering where this dress came from.
It belonged to my wife.
I was wondering where you came from, too.
I was born in this cabin. So my parents and my grandparents. I'm a hillbilly man.
Well, you don't talk like one.
I had my schooling outside, college, then medical school in Scotland. And how did that happen to a boy from these mountains? When I was 16, some surgeons came down from New York to hunt. I carried their camping gear. They took a liking to me. I confessed I had ambitions to be a doctor, so they made it possible.
And those are their pictures?
I owe them everything. I had 2 big city offers when I graduated. Very flattering for a poor young man.
You made a sacrifice. But since you did come back, I mean, conditions are so bad here, I just don't see that.
That I've accomplished much? You're young, Miss Huddleston, and naive. And you've made some sweeping judgments, haven't you?
Some things are obvious. Like cabins being so dirty and smelly, I lost my supper after one visit. Well, that may amuse you, Doctor. You're trained to stand anything. But Mountie O'Teal isn't funny.
Forgive me. It was your nose wrinkling when you remembered those smells. No. Mountie isn't funny.
Is it that she can't talk or won't?
The parents won't let me find out. These people don't trust doctors. And they can't be changed all at once. They have their own sense of time, and it moves slowly.
And in the meantime, Doctor, what about the children?
Don't forget, Miss Huddleston, I was one of those children.
He says he cares, but I don't really think he does. He was brave to operate on Bob Allen, but I don't know if I like him.
McNeil is not the easiest person in the world. But then again, neither are you. Christy, has anybody ever told you that your hair smells like roses?
Are those pigs drunk? David, what is it?
Moonshine. Illegal liquor. No wonder Lundy Taylor kept little Burl. He was trying to keep him away from this!
By Monday morning, most of the cove knew about the hidden liquor. Everyone agreed the most likely culprit was Lundy's father, Birdseye Taylor, a notorious moonshiner who had nothing but contempt for our mission.
Good to see you're up and about. No ill effects from your swim, no chills or fever?
None, but thank you for coming to check on me.
I didn't. I was on my way back from Raven Gap when I heard the news. He's a damn fool.
Why? Because he's angry that someone used the church to cover up a crime?
Because he doesn't understand what he's getting himself into.
There's more than enough evidence. All ready for the federal marshal. I lay odds it points to Birdseye Taylor.
The marshal's a mistake. Whoever did this doesn't see it as a crime.
Making liquor's against the law, isn't it?
And drinking it leads to feuding and killing.
And you think you won't cause killing if you try to stop it? Moonshine is a necessity here. Without it, they can't survive. Did you ever hear of the Whiskey Rebellion? It happened in 1794. There are precious few roads here now. Back then, there were none. The farmers couldn't get their grain to market like the Flatlanders. So they turned 8 bushels of corn into 16 gallons of whiskey and took it out on mules. Well, when the government decided to tax whiskey, the farmers were so outraged at the unfairness, they started an armed rebellion.
Well, this is 1912, not 1794.
And these people still scratch out a bare living. They don't have money for shoes or medicine or a new plow when the old one breaks. Selling liquor is the only way they can get it.
Then they might as well be stealing that money.
You're so righteous for someone so new here.
I want to help these people, Doctor, so they don't have to break the law. We can get donations for shoes and medicine.
They're too proud. They won't accept charity. They want to work for what they get.
Even if it's the devil's work?
I'm warning you. They don't see it that way.
Then it's my job to open their eyes.
And how do you expect to do that?
Come to church Sunday and find out.
It was much more crowded than usual. I realized the reason for the crowd. They were curious to see if David would preach against the moonshiners and if he would name them.
There are those who work late at night in the cove, in the darkness, and they are serving evil. The white lightning being brewed here is the devil's own drink. It leads to quarrels and killings. And now school children are being used to transport this illegal liquor. Birdseye Taylor made his own son do it. He made him hide the poison underneath this very church, and that is evil.
Tom McCone, Isaac's father,
Don't
looked
underestimate
miserable,
him.
as though David's words were meant
He will not
especially
lose.
for him.
God will not lose the fight against evil here or anywhere. But if you're not on his side, you will lose. How many of you want to be on his side? How many of you want to fight evil in his name? Do you? Do you? Do you? Let us pray.